Okay, another wide receiver that you caught up was Stanford wide receiver Elic Ayomanor. Let's take a listen.
You're one of the rare players in this draft that got the better of Travis Hunter. What was that matchup and battle like?
Yeah, it was awesome. Going up to altitude, I remember, honestly, this is the main thing I remember is being tired.
Yeah.
It really is a tough spot to play at in terms of that, but honestly, it was a team effort that allowed everybody to succeed there, and so the line played great, and the quarterback was delivering the ball on time and accurately.
How quickly in the game does that hit you? Like, oh man, this fatigue is different up here.
You know, before you start playing, when you go to warm up, you're like, okay, the air's a little bit thin, you know.
Well, I know a lot of people will say like he's the best corner they face in college. How about another guy that you thought was a really good battle or a tough matchup?
Yeah, I think the young guy from Clemson, Terrell.
Okay.
Terrell. He was very good to me. He had great feet and patience and discipline.
So I think an underrated part of your game on tape is the blocking. Like it jumps out that you take blocking just as serious as,
of course,
playing receiver. When did that develop, and how much pride do you take in that aspect of the game?
Yeah, I think it just, as you become more of a well-rounded football player, you realize that football as a receiver is more than just catching the ball. You know, if you want to win the game, you got to be able to get down dirty and block. Like, that's really just how it is, and so it's something that I do take a lot of pride in.
So for those that don't know, you're from Canada.
Sure.
When did you realize, like, oh, I love football, it's all about football, and this is going to be it for me?
Yeah, I think as I was going into high school is when I realized that football was going to be the thing that I pursued as a lifetime passion. And so,
what was the hardest challenge when you moved to the United States to play football? Especially as a kid, right? Like you were younger, you were in high school.
I think just the skill set. I think I was as athletic as anybody that was there.
Right.
But I didn't necessarily have the skills that everybody has here because they start so much younger, and the coaching is so much more involved from such a young age. It's kind of like playing hockey in Canada, you know?
Yeah, I feel like some guys are born with skates on.
Yeah, exactly.
Did you play hockey at all?
I did, yeah. I started a little bit later, which for us is like 6 years old.
Right. It's ridiculous.
So that's kind of why I give that comparison.
How long did you play?
I played until I was probably 13.
Did you like it?
Yeah, I did. I enjoyed it a lot.
I mean, you were probably one of the better athletes on the ice too, but it was just,
I would assume
it was time to pick football. If you could train with one NFL player, past or present, it could be a wide receiver, doesn't have to be, kind of pick their brain, who would that guy be?
Probably Andrew Luck.
Interesting.
Yeah, he's our GM now, so I actually might get an opportunity to do that. And I did have an opportunity to, do a little interview prep with him during the combine prep. So yeah, I'd love to do some more of that.
Pretty cerebral guy. Did you get to watch him playing growing up with the Colts?
No, not really. I really didn't start getting into football until I moved to the States, and that's when it really became a big passion of me. So I do go back and watch a lot of tape now, but I didn't watch it in the moment.
It's funny because when you hear him speak and do media and stuff, he seems like just an everyday guy, and then when you go back and look, he was one of the best quarterbacks in the NFL when he played.
No, there's a switch that you can sense when you talk to him. You can see, like, he can really flip that switch fast, and so you can feel it, that competitive spirit.
Okay, great catch up with Elic, the king of the manor, who went off against Colorado. What did you learn about him from that game, Connor?
I mean, just how physical he is. He's somebody that he's not going to run away from a ton of people, very much like Matthew. But he can play above the rim. So you get him on the outside. The fact that he can moss you, he can find the football. Obviously, he's a really gifted run blocker. Like, he's a true physical X-receiver. And you know, Lawrence, in this era, we have so many guys that they played the slot or they're projected to play in the slot. That is not this guy.
Yeah, no. You mentioned the blocking, and I think that's going to be very important. I like him as a player, and when you could block as a receiver, that gets you on the field. But what he can also do is work that intermediate part of the field. Yep. You see that a lot on his tape too. So while he won't run past you, he's definitely got plenty of speed, and he may be covered, but like you said, the strong hands is what's going to allow him to win over the DB.
Yeah, not every wide receiver needs to, quote, get open. There are a number of wide receivers that just throw it up, I don't think DeAndre Hopkins was ever open in his life. You know what I mean? But
like the Super Bowl drop.
Anquan Bolden, right? Well, no, but right. I mean, seriously.
That's true.
But, right, he's one of those guys that Larry Fitzgerald almost was never open, right? I mean, just
play
throw
above the rim.
Right, exactly. Or just like uses their body and just get it somewhere near him.
Higgins does, and he's going to get paid $30+ million a year very soon.
Yeah, get it somewhere near him, and they come down with it. And sounds like we have another one. And is it Elic?
Elic. Nice Canadian fella.
Yeah. A lot going on there. Canadian, Elic.
Yeah. From Alberta.
Yeah.
Small town.
Yep.
Yeah. Says the Asian Australian.
Yeah, sure. Yeah. Well, yeah, but I'm not. I don't think I'm going to be destroying Travis Hunter anytime soon, Matthew. Unfortunately, so I say Elic probably has me covered there.
Hey, it's Matthew Berry from NBCSports.com and RotorWorld.com, and I want to thank you so much for watching whatever it is you just watched, or if nothing else, being too lazy to click out of the autoplay after this video started, after whatever it is you actually wanted to watch finished. But now that you're here, I'd like to take a moment here to ask you respectfully now, okay? I'm asking you respectfully to subscribe to the NFL on NBC YouTube channel. You'll get the latest Roto-World fantasy news headlines, all sorts of great shows, including my own Fantasy Football Happy Hour. So go subscribe now. Again, I'm asking respectfully.